G'day guys, we're here tonight to chat about the EGO 15-inch trimmer. This is the brushless unit, 56 volt, ST1500E. I suppose we call it the Generation 2.
Yeah, it's the second go at the line trimmer, and they've given us a 15-inch head now, 380mm as opposed to the original 12-inch.
Yeah, while you talk about it, I'm going to show you the head straight away, guys.
Sure, so this one's got a magnesium, I think. It's definitely a metal head, and it's much smaller than the original plastic head on the 12-inch. So that's pretty cool. Brought that right down. The actual guard on it is a little bit smaller and not quite as, I guess, tough as the original one. Yep. So maybe they think they overdid that on the first one. But this unit has a few substantial changes.
Yeah, very substantial.
First up, you've got a 1350mm oversized aluminium shaft, and that extra bit of length made it much better for me to use.
Yep.
I've been using this original 12-inch trimmer since our last review. Came with a 2 amp hour battery, and I've been using it at my place. I've got a reasonable sized residential backyard.
Yep.
And no dramas at all. Like it, always it claims a 45-minute runtime.
Yep.
And it takes me usually about 30 to 40 minutes to do it, and I always get it on the single battery. So I've been impressed with it, and I like it, and it's doing a fair bit of work. This is a big jump up though. Yeah,
you've been using this now for a few weeks.
Yeah, I did my whole lawn with it about a week ago, and it's really good. It's really comfy. I just want to tell you about the setup here. On the back, maybe you want to show them. On the back, you've got this black raised shiny section on the head where the battery clicks in, and that section there sits really nicely under your forearm. So when you have this unit, obviously, you know, it comes with a shoulder strap as well, which you could buy separately, but the original one didn't have a shoulder strap. So when you've got this on, what you get is you get a lever action with a line trimmer. So the head is falling down, and usually the motor, but on this one just a battery, is coming up, and it just sits beautifully under your forearm, so that it feels like you're not carrying any weight at all. Your shoulder strap's taking most of the weight, and your forearm is just resting on it. It's not hot because there's no motor going crazy there.
Out, yeah.
And it just, with the length of it, the new oversized shaft, it is actually a massive upgrade in user comfort.
Yep. Combined
with the fact that the more powerful, larger head is getting work done much faster.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the other things, that is an absolute ripper. I noticed it straight away when Dwayne pulled it out of the car tonight to do some filming. I noticed that straight away, so that does make a big difference. The other really cool thing is the 12-inch unit with your D handle here.
Yep.
That had 4 screws. So essentially, 99.9% of the population going to leave it where it is. This quick release lever, slide it up and down without a drama.
Really cool.
Lock it straight. I think that's a really cool upgrade.
Yeah.
For this unit in the second gen. Also, your trigger.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. The original one, the trigger and the safety lock were part of the handle, built into it, not separated it.
Yep.
And which I had no problem with. This one, the trigger and the safety are actually separated from the handle.
Yeah. Ordinarily, we wouldn't have thought much about that. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. But what we did notice with the EGO range is that when I used the hedge trimmer for about 2.5 hours one time on a fairly substantial job, I noticed it started jamming a little bit. I had to actually pop it out myself. Just sticking. So I think I had a bit of crap stuck in it. I don't see how you would get anything stuck in this to actually stop it from actuating. So I really like that. It's just a little difference, and I think it's strong enough it's not going to snap off. It's a decent style plastic there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I reckon there's a couple of really good upgrades. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the head.
Yeah.
Cracking little unit.
Yeah, really good. So it's coming with a 2.5 amp hour battery now, so you get an extra 20% power. Yep. Gas tank, I guess you would call it.
Yep.
But actually, the runtime on this is rated to 30 minutes instead of 45 on the original unit.
Yep.
Even though it's brushless and it's got a bigger battery, less runtime. Seemed weird, but I realised that 15-inch head is doing so much more work. It's cutting so much faster. the work you would get done in 30 minutes on this is much more than the 45 you would get done on the original 12 inch.
Stacks. We didn't do, what we were thinking of doing was doing a 12 inch and a 15 inch with both of us on the camera and sort of going forward. We decided not to do that because it's hard to visually see the difference there. But what we know for a fact, and I promise you guys, is that this thing, in the big sweep motion, we were punching out a lot more grass than what we did this. When you see it there, we were under the tree with plenty of green, thick, lush grass. Then we were doing some real stringy stuff on the bank. Then over the fence, we actually did it with some dry stuff with the council don't actually seem to maintain very well. Big sweeps there and chopping down some solid grass. We as Aussies don't think of battery OPE highly. We don't rate it really high. We think, oh, battery stuff. This stuff is getting good.
Yeah, this is not like your 18 volt stuff. I would totally recommend the 12 inch unit if you've got one, you know, like a small little courtyard type backyard. It's even been fine for mine, which is a fair size. I've probably got 400 square meters of backyard. It's been fine. Now that I've used this, I can't go back. This actually feels like a genuine petrol replacement for most circumstances.
You're starting to get to that there. We say a brush cutter style. It's still just a line trimmer, but you're starting to get that brush cutting feel where you go, I can chop into some good stuff here. I'm quite envious because Dwayne's the one that plays around with the Ego a lot, uses the mower, uses the chainsaw, and has been using the line trimmer for a while. And as Dwayne has said, it's so easy just to be able to go, you know what, I'm just going to flick out and just go bang and mow away. The decibel rating on this is 73 decibel. Now that does change a small amount depending on whether you've got your 2mm or 2.5mm line in it or your twisted line. It does make a difference.
Good point. This one's 2.4mm line on the new one. The original 12 inch was 2mm line.
Which that makes a difference. If you've ever used 2.5mm line, guys, or bigger, and you go back to a 2mm, it's like floss for your teeth. You go, 2mm, what's going on there? You notice the difference. So the fact that this is doing 2.5mm, absolute belter.
The price is actually not that much more either. It's only $199.
It's $40 more.
Compared to $160-ish for the original one. That's for the skin. If you want to get the kit, this is $399. These are all at Masters, which is the only place that we have selling locally to us. Whereas the 12 inch kit with the 2 amp hour battery is $329. It's about $70 difference with the kit. If you've got some real work to do, I absolutely suggest that you go for the brushless unit.
Now, a warranty on the Ego. I always forget the warranty on it.
Oh, is it 5 and 3?
Pass. We'll look it up. What I do want to say though, while we check that out, the Masters actually also stock spare parts and bits and pieces. Now, this is a bump feed unit, and the bump feed, going again off what Dwayne's saying, because he's the one that uses it, is a ripping little bump feed system.
It's really easy to change a line, to clean it out. I've had trouble with them in the past, and I don't have any trouble with it.
There's nothing worse than having a unit that all looks good and it works well until you got to pull something apart and clean it, and you have a dummy spit and it gets thrown at the fence. The other thing I really like that Masters keep spare parts and stuff. I think if you're getting into this sort of stuff, and if we want to take cordless and OPE seriously, we've got to start stocking parts. Now, Masters stock parts and bits and pieces for it. Not every part, but it's important that you do that so you can rock straight back down to your hardware store, pick up a couple of parts, and you're back in business. I reckon that's important and I like it.
You mentioned sound before. My lawn actually looks good these days, whereas traditionally I've been absolutely horrific. Because now, if I'm feeling up to it of an evening, a nice summer evening, I get out there and do my lawns and mower or line trimmer, 8 p.m, no problem, no worries about the neighbours, because it's just so much quieter. And I can't stress how much of a difference it's actually made to my yard. Being able to do it any time instead of just on your Saturday or Sunday.
Not many people are getting home before 6 o'clock from work these days. By the time you're doing your dinner and the likes, and you're out there at 7:30, 8 o'clock, it honestly does open up options.
It does.
Go just zip around and do that, use the blower, and don't pack it away.
That's right. So, look, I know we're raving about it. We really like this unit. That's everything we have to say about it. Also, we've got a 6 amp hour battery just come out for the likes of your mower and your chainsaw, and we're going to review that shortly. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Please just engage with us.
We'll throw us some feedback, guys. We love reading it, and we do take stuff on board. So,
absolutely.
Thank you very much for watching.
Till next time. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.